Well, hey there, everybody. Back at it again. Outdoor Herbivore, Denver Veggie Scramble. So we've done a couple of these now, and I mean, what's the shtick? So this is going to be, meat-free options, vegetarian in some cases, I suppose even vegan. Now, why Veggie Scramble? First of all, I actually love breakfast foods, although I am not the biggest breakfast eater. However, on the trail, I like to have a reliable breakfast to start a day. I actually think it's great, especially if you're on a multi-day hike. The final day, maybe I'm trying to get out of there so I can go hit up breakfast at, some local place or whatever. That's fun. But like, if I'm doing multi-day, I want to have a good breakfast item, and sometimes it's even great for dinner. And I've always been a big supporter of Mountain House's various breakfast skillets because they have a couple. And then the biscuits and gravy, right? That one's great. But I haven't found a ton that really live up to that. So the Denver Veggie Scramble pops up from Outdoor Herbivore. Figure I gotta try it. So this is egg scramble with mixed vegetables and sharp cheddar cheese, served plain or in a tortilla. And I know that I've had a few comments lately. A couple of folks do not like the cheese that sometimes is put into rations. Hey, trust me, I totally get that. I think it's the same with sour cream at times for people. I like sour cream. I love cheese. I eat cheese all the time. Probably gonna, never mind. It's probably not good. But anyway, I love cheese, love different cheeses. But sometimes it can take on a bit of an odd taste in certain rations. I get it. But it is something easy to place into rations. So let's go ahead and take a look at our nutritional facts for those of you who care about that. Big protein hit there, big cholesterol hit too, big sodium hit, you get it. And then here's our ingredients list: egg, bell pepper, cheddar cheese, broccoli, interesting, tomato, spinach, parsley, chive, pepper, and salt. So that actually sounds pretty cool. We got a few different vegetables, because normally when they say vegetable scramble, you get like, here's a couple peppers and an onion, go pound sand. No, in this one we have broccoli, tomatoes, spinach, parsley, chives, and then bell pepper, which I find it interesting that they put it up here and not down here with the other vegetables. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So this should be kind of neat. Although I will say freeze-dried spinach doesn't always, or dehydrated spinach, doesn't always do it for me because sometimes it just gets super bitter. But we'll see. Cooking instructions. Now, this is actually kind of cool, and I kind of harken back to the old Bandito Scramble that we did forever ago, the infamous Bandito Scramble. So this does have two sets of instructions. You can cook it in the pouch, or you can cook it on the stovetop. The stovetop is going to engage those egg crystals and make them nice and fluffy like we've seen, while in the pouch, eggs will be creamy. So it will be kind of like a paste. Now, obviously we prefer fluffy textured eggs, but if you're on the trail, sometimes you don't want to, get your pan out, dirty that thing. So it's perfectly okay to eat it that way, but we're gonna go ahead and cook it in the pan to give it the best possible chance that it has in order to make this great. So they are calling for, what it says, the writing's really tiny, third a cup of water or 175 mils of boiling water. Let it sit, and then we'll put this in a pan, and then get it going. Let's see what this puppy looks like. Okay, well, it doesn't look too bad in there. Doesn't look. Is there an oxygen absorber? Doesn't look like it. Nope, doesn't look like it. Interesting. I'm trying to figure it out. Doesn't look like there is one in there. It was Did the other ones? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead and go for it. So, again, as always, I would encourage you to go by the instructions if you have not done this before, because most of the time the instructions are pretty good. Sometimes they're not. You're going to have to try it for yourself. For me, though, I tend to just try and make everything wet. I go by my own. I've been doing this for a while. I've been eating freeze-dried stuff for a while. So I tend to know what things should look like. And in the case of this, first and foremost, you can start to think that this is a little over soupy, but this is going to tighten up a little bit as you know, you let it set for 5-ish minutes. So that'll tighten up. Some of those vegetables will take up some of that, and we should be pretty good. But I would say go by the instructions first, and then if for any reason it's too stiff, add a little bit more water, just a little bit. You want it to flow. You want it to flow a little bit, not a ton, but a little bit. If it's too goopy before you put it in the pan, chances are you're gonna have like a big mass. So make sure it flows a little bit. Now, if you're eating it on trail, I think they even had different denominations. No, they didn't. So they just said third a cup both instances. I would say for the trail, I would add little bits of water at a time until you get to a consistency that you're comfortable with, because the tightening up is not going to be as pronounced as then cooking it in a pan. So buy two and try it out. Just saying. Sometimes each individual packet is going to be different too. So practice makes perfect, but the instructions, they're a good starting place. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit, cook it up in a pan. We'll bring it back and we'll see how it fares. All right, here we go. So one note, I definitely did add more water. Definitely started getting that blob effect. I probably should have added more water, even more than what I added. Because as you can kind of see here, instead of like flaky eggs, it almost looks like we just have vegetables and like quinoa or something. Not a bad thing, but I think if I would have added a little bit more water to this, we probably would have had some different egg shapes in here. But as it sits, I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's edible, and it's a big portion. Let's go ahead and try this out. I think we have a good mix of everything. Okay. There's a lot of veggies in there. That much is for sure. A little salty. Get a piece of broccoli on there. I think that might be an onion that's a little chewy. It's okay. It's a little dry. There's definitely like a decent taste there. I will say sometimes those crystallized eggs, they do kind of have a bit of a taste to them. Let's go ahead and add some hot sauce. We're just gonna dump some Cholula on this bad boy. I tend to like Mexican restaurant table sauces on my eggs. Oh my goodness, I forgot that thing really gets yep. Lots of sauce. Lots of sauce. It just kind of went full tilt. It has a much bigger opening that just allows that stuff to flow out. All right, let's try with a little bit of Cholula. See if that mixes up the flavor a bit. That does provide some interest. I don't know. I don't know how to best give you an opinion on this. I think it's fine. I like the fact that there are a lot of different vegetables in here. I like the fact that we're really trying really hard to open this up a bit more. But it's bland. You know, it is. It's a little bland. And the hot sauce can do quite a bit. But then it just becomes kind of like hot sauce. You know, with crunchy bits in it. But it's not bad. I mean, it is pretty fresh tasting. You know, having all those veggies in there. I think the egg particles, probably consistency-wise, aren't necessarily as pleasurable as I would have liked. But I mean, overall, it's taste that kind of grows on you a little bit. It's not bad. It's not perfect. It's not the best I've ever had, but it's not bad. An outdoor herbivore does keep their costs relatively at a good line. And they do have a lot of other good products too, especially if you're a vegetarian and in most cases vegan and, you know, don't want to have the meat in your stuff, but still want to have, you know, good protein content and well thought out meals. So, but yeah, for this one, it's a little it's fine. Just a little bland, but it's okay. So hopefully you guys at home enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe, very important. Hit the bell if you want notifications. And down below, in the comments, let me know what you thought about the video, but also give me some ideas. If you have things that you'd like to see, voice them down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And if you have anything that you would like to send to the channel for review, P.O. Box is down below in the description. So we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.